Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to Beating the Press podcast. I am your host, Rafa. Now, coming up in today's podcast, we're going to be talking some football. We're going to be talking some EPL action. At least the season is all over, so we'll be looking back to somewhat give an overview of what transpired. And we'll be looking ahead. The big one is coming up on Saturday, and that is the FA Cup final, which is a Manchester derby, Man City versus Manchester United. So we'll be previewing that match and also just talking some football in general. Well, welcome viewers and subscribers. If you haven't subscribed as yet, hit that subscription bell and of course help us to continue to grow the podcast by sharing with family and friends. But kicking things off, viewers and subscribers, congratulations to Manchester City lifting another EPL title, 4 in a row. Well tried, Arsenal, it must be said. We did have something to look forward to final day, but it was just not to be for the Gunners. Man City went into that final day 2 points ahead, and they only but needed to have beaten West Ham at home, which they did. Arsenal also came out with a victory, but it was Man City which lifted that trophy come the end of 90 minutes and a fourth consecutive EPL. So congratulations to Pep. Congratulations to Man City. It would appear Arsenal have taken a half a step forward, but still not good enough to really topple the might of Manchester City. And Arsenal, it was that finished in second position. Liverpool finishing third, and Aston Villa. Congratulations to Aston Villa for securing that automatic Champions League spot by finishing in fourth. They have occupied that position almost all season, and they managed to hold off the likes of Spurs. So I must tip my hat to Aston Villa, Emery, and his squad for really putting up a valiant fight and coming away for their troubles with that Champions League spot. So exciting times ahead for Aston Villa. We should be seeing the likes of Leon Bailey, Ole Watkins rolling out under the big lights under the Champions League anthem, and we'll see how they will manage to balance the EPL and also their duties over there in the Champions League come next season. But definitely, viewers and subscribers, it was a tremendous season. Lots of ups and downs, lots of shocks and surprises. And, it was a joy to watch another season of the English Premier League. Erling Haaland walked away again with the Golden Boot, capturing that one over the likes of Ole Watkins and Cole Palmer and Isak from Newcastle. Ole Watkins won the award for, providing the most assists in the league. And I thought he deserved it, definitely. I would have even given him my vote for player of the season. But it was Phil Foden, the Manchester United player. The Man City player, I should say, which came away with that one. Oftentimes the player of the season is oftentimes chosen from the team which comes out the winners of the league. And this year it was no different. Phil Foden being crowned the player of the year, and another tremendous achievement for one so young, and hats must goes after him. Cole Palmer, the big man Cole Palmer, I would classify him as the signing of the season, and he also picked up an award for being the young player of the year, and he could easily be signing of the year as well, and was definitely in the reckoning for player of the year also, as well as he was in the running for the Golden Boot award until Haaland came and separated himself. But Cole Palmer, definitely one of those finds of the season, I must say, had a tremendous impact over there at Chelsea in what you could say is a lackluster Chelsea team. And viewers and subscribers, we have already seen several managerial casualties taking place. Pochettino over there at Chelsea is no longer in a job. Moyes over there at West Ham is seeking new employment as well. And I am sure as time progresses, we will see other departures. And when one door opens, another door closes. And we see a number of new faces entering into management for the upcoming EPL season come next year. So lots to look forward to, lots to digest and dissect. And we'll be keeping a close eye on the transfer market as well in terms of the moves that teams are contemplating, transfers which teams are making, and of course, players coming back from loans and such. Europa League viewers and subscribers. It was a final there between Bayer Leverkusen, the Invincibles, versus that team out of Italy, Atalanta. They took the scalp of Liverpool on their way to the final. And it was the Italians, Lookman, scoring a hat-trick in that one, which got better of the German champions. And subsequently, giving Zabi and his team their first loss of the season. Can you believe it, viewers and subscribers? Their first loss came in their final game. But hats off to Zabi, an invincible season over there in the Bundesliga. And, winning the Europa League would have just capped their season. But it was not to be. And I am sure they will go again come next season. So look out Bayern, look out Kane. And speaking of Bayern and Kane, I'm hearing that Vincent Kompany, the manager of Burnley, which finished in 19th position in the EPL and have been relegated to the championship, is heavily linked with that vacant Bayern coaching position. Make it make sense for me, viewers and subscribers. Make it make sense. You finished 19th in the EPL and you are in the reckoning for one of the most coveted football coaching jobs in world football. Make it make sense. Help me to understand that one, viewers and subscribers. But as a black manager, and we know black managers don't get much opportunities these days, I wish Kompany all the best. I just hope he's not taking one step too forward too quickly in his young, burgeoning managerial career. We've seen many who have been fast-tracked have fallen along the wayside. The likes of a Frank Lampard comes immediately to mind, and also one of Steven Gerrard, fast-tracked into the big seat and subsequently could not fulfill those huge roles and responsibilities and are now out of the EPL looking in. Will they get another opportunities? It's time will tell. But I definitely wish Kompany all the best. But viewers and subscribers, make it make sense for me. I can't understand this one. You finished 19th in the league. Your team is relegated. And yet you are being linked closely, heavily with one of the top jobs in Europe. This game we call football. As they say, the ball is round and anything can indeed happen. But we move, viewers and subscribers, and we'll be keeping a close eye on all the football news taking place around the world. And of course, this year, this summer coming up, we have lots of football action taking place. Copa America in the United States is coming up in the summer. We also have where Jamaica is part of that contingent of teams that will be participating in this year's Copa America. We also have the Euros, defending champions Italy, and the Euros will be hosted in Germany. And it would appear as if England is entering this one as the bookies' favorite. But of course, we know that somewhere along the way, England will fall. So I would not bet my money on them, viewers and subscribers. But definitely some interesting football coming up in the summer. And we'll be here to bring it to you. We'll be here to review and preview and bring you all the news you need, keep you up to date on what is happening in the world of football. But viewers and subscribers, coming up this Saturday, we have the big clash the last trophy in the English calendar, so to speak. The FA Cup final, they say it is the oldest cup competition in the world. And this time around, defending champions. In fact, we have a repeat, you could say, of last season's final, where Man City will take on Manchester United. And last year, it was the City side of Manchester which came out victorious. And this year around, it is also the City side of Manchester which enter this one as firm favorites, having already hoisted the EPL title. They were looking to do one better in the Champions League, but they were dismissed by perennial champions Real Madrid. So it is down to this FA Cup, which they could possibly do the double, winning the EPL and also winning the FA Cup. But of course, standing in front of them is their arch nemesis, their rival in that Manchester geographical area, Manchester United, with a long history of challenging for trophies. They come up against a Ten Hag team. So it is Ten Hag versus Pep. Who will be victorious, of course? Let me know. Leave your comments in the comment section. What is your scoreline? Who do you think will win? Who do you think will come away victorious in this one? We have seen where Manchester United have picked up a bit of steam towards the latter end of this season, winning their last couple of matches quite handsomely. And of course, Man City continues to roll, really going on a tear in order to separate them from the chasing pack, consisting of Liverpool, who fell by the wayside where the pace was too hot. And of course, Arsenal pushed them to the tape, but came up short. So Man City enter this one favorites. All their players are firing on full cylinders, I would say. Only notable absentee should be Edison, the goalkeeper, who picked up an injury towards the latter part of the season. So there are no other notable injuries, of course, on the Manchester United side. They are dealing with a few injuries, but these are long-term casualties, nothing recent. Rashford should continue to be out. Luke Shaw should be out, although he is recovering and was in fact called up for the England squad. So it's possible that he may make an appearance in this FA Cup final if needs be, but it should be the usual suspects. Hoyland should be up front, and of course, he should be flanked by Garnacho, who have been one of the, what should I say, the discoveries of the season. He has definitely put in and put on some eye-catching performances for Manchester United, and they should be looking to lock him down as they usually do on a big bumper long-term contract. And that is when you will see the true nature of the player coming out. Oftentimes we see this happening over there at Manchester United, where once the player get that bumper contract, we see a dip and a decline in form and in that mental fortitude in terms of fighting for the team and fighting to really elevate and push himself. We've seen it with a number of big name players over there at United, and hopefully this youngster Garnacho doesn't fall into the same line of thought. But it should be an interesting game, viewers and subscribers. Favorites should definitely be Man City. But this game really plays into the strengths of a Manchester United. They are very capable on the counter-attacking team, and that is exactly what we expect will transpire in this game. Man City should have the lion's share of possession. They should be dominating the ball, really knocking it around and really taking the game to Manchester United, while Manchester United will sit in a mid to low block and will be soaking up that pressure from Pep and his boys while looking to hit them on quick counters. And they definitely have the pace to really hurt this Man City team. Once Man City commit players forward, then space opens up and with the likes of a Bruno Fernandes having the quality to really unleash a few good passes to let in the likes of a Garnacho, a Highland, to run onto and possibly get a goal or two versus this Man City team as they push forward. So that's definitely how I expect this one to go. I expect Man City dominate possession, take the game to United, while United should be looking to consolidate, keep them out, soak up pressure, and then, of course, look to hit on the counter, and, of course, trying to take full advantage of set pieces as well. But as I said, the interesting thing is that Manchester United, this is their tried and tested formula, which have worked over time. They have perfected the art of counter-attacking, and they do possess the quality players, players with pace, players with running, players with who can transition quickly from defense to attack. And with Man City pushing players forward, they may be caught out of position on that transition between attacking and then transitioning to defending. So that is something Pep will have to put up a plan against. How do they deal with that transitional play of stopping that Manchester United counter as best as possible? And of course, breaking up the play. Now, one way, of course, is to play the goalkeeper usually plays quite high outside of his box. So he's almost playing as a sweeper keeper, where any balls in and behind the defense, he can quickly react and pretty much clear the danger. So Ortega, who should be filling in for Edison, he would have been working on this in training for this week in preparation for this Manchester United team, working on his abilities as a sweeper keeper, so to speak. And he has been a noted replacement for Edison. You could say it is his save in that penultimate game versus Spurs, which really galvanized this Man City team to really lift that title. If not for this save, we could be having a very different conversation. Similarly to that save, it reminded me of that save that Martinez made versus France in that World Cup final where the GOAT lifted his first title. If not for Martinez, we would be having a different conversation about Messi. So, viewers and subscribers, in terms of a scoreline, what can we expect? For me, my predicted scoreline is that Man City will take this game 3-1. They have enough firepower in the likes of a Haaland, on form, Foden, on form. And of course, the brilliance of Kevin De Bruyne is there to unlock any defense. So I do believe they possess enough quality and enough motivation to really take care of business against this Man United team. So for me, my predicted scoreline, Man City to win 3-1. And in winning this cup, they would have done the double. And of course, winning back-to-back FA Cups in the process as well. But should be definitely an exciting game, viewers and subscribers. This game coming up on Saturday. So set your clocks. It should be one of those mouth-watering fixtures, one of those fixtures which just cap the season. And of course, the big one following the FA Cup, the next big game on the agenda would be the Champions League finals. That one coming up between Dortmund versus Real Madrid. And of course, we'll be here to bring you a preview for that game. That one should be taking place sometime next week, Saturday, in fact. So that's one we're going to be looking for as well. Viewers and subscribers, thank you again for tuning in to us here on Beating the Press podcast. Of course, please continue to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't done so as yet. But until next time, this is Rafa signing off.